Greetings YouTube, Celtic Crafter here, and I'm here to kind of, I want to say, settle a dispute. I've looked on Facebook, I've looked on a whole bunch of other places, and I see countless people claiming that Oregon, where I live, has no self-defense laws. And if you get in a fight and the guy throws the first punch, or, you know, he has a knife or something, that you basically have to get stabbed. Or if you attack him, then it's an assault. I'm here to freaking say that is not true. So, basically, what I'm getting out of these people is that they're hearing about all this and they don't research it. They take what other people say and make it fact. Well, the thing is, I don't do that. I have to research something. If I hear something that doesn't seem right, I'm going to look it up. And here I am on the Oregon.gov site, and you can Google, you can say self-defense law in Oregon, and it'll come up with a number, and it's 161.209. And that's what you want to look. You have a search bar at the top right of the Oregon.gov site, and you type in 161.209, and you will figure out what law says. And it says right here, use of a physical force in defense of a person. Okay. Right there, it says the law. These are open documents for people to read, because people need to be informed, and people need to be able to refer to these and be like, was I in self-defense? This guy had a knife, I took him out. What? You know, I would have got shot if I didn't shoot that guy. Or what? You know? So, yeah. Well, I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna show you. I'm not just talking, whatever. Now, granted, it's actually the ledge.state.org.us, whatever. Okay? Go to Oregon.gov, or whatever state you go to. You know, first you Google the self-defense law number, and then you type that in, and you can read it for yourself. But, hold on a second. Okay. So, and turn off that light. That'll help. And my screen sucks, and since I'm using the frontward camera, this is extremely hard. But right there, okay, right that top black, hold on a second, right here, and, okay, this entire thing, alright, that's the law. Okay, use of physical force in defense of a person. Right here you have limitations on use of physical force in defense of a person. Hold on, sorry. Focus on my thumb here. Like I said, very hard to get the information to you. Maybe I will use the other side of the camera and then do it in the next video, just as a part 2. But people, do your research. If you are, you know, thinking that you don't have any self-defense, that you cannot defend yourself, you can. There's 100%, usually, in Oregon, I should say. I'm not quite sure about everywhere else. But, in Oregon, if you are threatened, even with the, right here it says, defend a third person, right? So if your girlfriend or your boyfriend, whatever, gets freaking threatened, you have the right to defend that person, right? From what the person, you, reasonably believes to be the use or imminent use of unlawful physical force. And the person may use a degree of force which the person reasonably believes, which means you reasonably believe to be necessary for the purpose. So if this guy has a knife and he's threatening your significant other, he's threatening your child, threatening your best friend, I don't care. Okay? Threatening a third party person, basically, in a way. You have the right to defend that person. You, me. Okay? If I saw my brother and my best friend, right, walking down the freaking street, right, and a guy comes out of freaking nowhere and threatens either of them with a knife, I have the full right to grab, my shillelagh, run out there, and knock that guy in the head. Not to kill him. I'm not going to kill him. But, I have that right. That's a law. I can do that. I didn't kill the guy, so that's alright. Because it says that deadly force should always be the last resort. I agree. That's a perfect law. You get shot at, you're getting shot at like no freaking other. You're in your house and people are just shooting, and you have a 9mm right next to you. You reach out and shoot the guy, and that would be self-defense. Because if you didn't shoot him, you would have been shot, you would have been killed. Okay? Oregon law. And from 161-209 to I'm gonna say when it comes to a person, right, a civilian, you want to go from 209 to 229. Okay? And those will save you in any self-defense thing ever. Just a word of warning. If somebody you know and you live in Oregon, alright, this is kind of strictly for Oregon, you can make a video for your state and put it as a video response to this. That'd be great. I'd love that. But if you have a friend that says that it would only be assault on you if you defended yourself, that is a bunch of cow manure. Let's put it that way. Do your research. Know it. I'm going to, in the next video, I'm going to do a so I can at least see what I'm looking at for you guys, and I will show you them. And at any point you want to pause it, I'm on a really small screen from my computer, so I apologize for that. If you want to pause it and read it and take notes or whatever, do it. If you want to go research it yourself, go do it. I really recommend it, because these documents and everything are for you to read. It's not some secret CIA document. It's Oregon law. People in Oregon live by these. The cops, they uphold these laws. You can be informed, and you have the full right to be informed. And I suggest that all of you, no matter where you are, you could be in Canada, I don't care, research it, look up your laws, and know them. And so when somebody asks you, what's the, oh, we don't have any self-defense laws, and I have heard that some states you have very small things for self-defense. I'm not quite sure. I'm not, I have never lived anywhere else except for Oregon, so I know my Oregon laws, and I suggest that, you learn yours too. Anyway, so I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'll show you what the laws say.